So why you don't cheat?
Because I'm trying not to. I have to. Because them meals be looking super good.
That's funny.
It's like food porn. I go to her page. I go to her page and just look at the food porn. I'm like, ooh, look at him. Look at that chicken.
As long as you keep it personal.
Look at that macaroni and cheese.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
the empanadas right be there. The one.
The empanadas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at them empanadas.
You stupid, Daryl.
You even had Doc interacting about your food this week because she was like, "What you mean cake?
Right? Cake?
How
you gonna post some cake like that and not?"
I know.
Like, man.
I said, look at this cake here. Look at this cake. Cake. I thought she was Rihanna for a minute.
Listen, I was like, look at this cake. I haven't baked a pound cake in years. I was just like, oh, this is so pretty.
How'd it taste?
It's good. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, it was perfect.
Are you still posing for the cake?
Am I what?
No, Daryl, he's still posing for the cake.
Oh.
No. I'm trying to put something on my big screen so I can see. Sorry.
Oh, it looked like you was posing.
This big screen.
Well, yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to try the cake.
Everything's big over here.
Okay, so good evening, Relationship Flow. We are coming to you live. And as you can see, the shenanigans have already started.
We said big. I'm sorry.
Green room.
Some spill right on over.
I can show you, but I can tell you.
You know what,
Daryl.
So Facebook user, you gotta give permission to StreamYard again because your name is missing. But how you doing?
Hey, user.
That don't even sound right. User.
I know, like who's
user? Doc, how you living? I gotta go get my drink from the kitchen because I'm like sliding into the green room and onto live. But my drink was prepared for me, so I have to thank that person.
Oh, how nice.
Yes.
Preparing drinks.
Exactly. Who's over there?
It was.
What you looking at? Who you looking at?
They not here. That's
right. Exactly, Daryl.
You see, April? You see?
Yes, I see.
The drink is in the kitchen.
Yeah, she's like him downstairs.
Definitely downstairs. Downstairs.
How much milk you got to pour? How much milk?
Milk and cookies. Milk and cookies.
That is a shame. Back to what I was saying. My drink, I need to go pick it up. Doc, how you living?
I'm okay. I don't even want to interrupt the fun.
I mean, you do. That's why we're here every Friday with some fun and shenanigans, right?
Yes.
And some real talk.
For real. But I'm drinking water and I have a glass of cupcake red velvet. Just, just in case things start to get spicy. I was hoping that some cake was going to be going with that.
Right, because you were told, right?
Life happened. Lord.
Wait, no, do the look again. Wait.
April,
pause,
can you bring me some cake, April?
Look again.
I have a very good excuse.
Yeah.
I want some cake, April. April, can you bring me some cake?
I got plenty of cake.
Oh.
I'm trying. I want cake. When I show up in the video to her, you know I can't get the cake.
You said that last week and you still sitting in your studio with the big mic and the big
screen to the side.
Yeah. April be like, I made my drink.
Don't start it.
But I picked cupcake for the cake.
Right.
Oh,
you was preparing. You was preparing.
I was preparing.
Camp, what state you riding with us in?
Miss Camp.
I'm still in Texas.
Okay. You got the Erica Badu type to the left and the right
tonight.
Let me be clear. This is all my hair.
We understand.
People asking me did I get locks from the beauty supply. I was like, no. This is my hair.
That is so
Don't
disrespectful.
you hate that question?
Tell them to disrespect you like that.
It burns me up when people ask me, "Is this my hair?" Like, yeah.
Mhm.
Even if it is
I'm
a
sorry,
receipt, it's still my hair.
Thank you.
It's still a
Oh, and when
receipt.
I'm drinking,
Yeah.
it's ginger ale in my mason
But
jar.
people really think you can't grow it.
Right. You got ginger ale in your mason jar?
Is
Yes,
that a
it's really ginger
microaggression?
ale. And it's name brand ginger ale.
Microaggression.
It
No,
was definitely a
that would be
microaggression.
considered one, right?
I'm
Yes,
sorry
I
because the
wondered.
toddler, he wants to be a part. He wanted to show his cup as well.
Okay, where's the cup?
It better be milk.
Look, you see his cup?
Oh, he
Ooh,
rocking this April cup.
Yes, I got an orange cup.
He got
too.
the barbecue cup.
Okay.
Don't leave him out of the cookout. Miss April.
He said the ginger ale was spicy.
Oh, did you give him the
He
right
said his
cup?
cup is spicy.
Did you give him the right cup?
I gave him. You heard him. He said, "I told y'all my drink is spicy."
Okay, Charlie, we hear you. We hear you.
I gave him regular ginger ale. See?
Okay, good.
Show his.
Hey, handsome.
Yes, we can't see you with your big
Look,
old
look,
cup.
look. Hey, handsome. We matching. We matching today.
Thank you.
Mine is spicy too.
Oh shoot!
That's
Facebook user said that they got ginger ale for them too.
He said he just got ginger ale in it. That's it, right?
Okay.
Plain ginger.
Right.
Me too.
You should make him a Shirley Temple. Bye. See you next time.
Oh, the Shirley Temple is CJ's favorite drink when he was a little kid. That's his thing.
Okay.
With tons of cherries.
With tons of cherries. Queen April, how you rocking?
I am rocking hard tonight, guys.
Okay.
I have a hell of a week, so I have a hell of a drink.
Okay.
So we can't know what's in the hell of a drink.
Hell of a madness. So just for the record, you guys didn't get your cake for a
we don't see it.
Very good reason. So I promise you by next Friday, you will all have your cakes if you want them.
No, they can wait until a week when I get back. They can wait another week.
Another week? Okay. All right. Y'all hear that, right? We're in a consensus?
No, I don't think that's a consensus. I just think that she gets her cake when she gets back.
No, it's not going to be right that she eats her cake while everybody else eats nothing. So I think we should eat cake together.
Cake.
I agree.
Are you going to eat the cake, Edamame, with the big mic? Or are you going to give it to your daughter?
Huh?
Are you going to eat the cake or are you going to give it to your daughter? Oh, I just realized I got the wrong.
What kind of cake we talking about?
It's pound cake. Pound cake.
Yeah, what kind of cake? What kind of cake we talking about? Golden brown pound cake.
Pound cake. You stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Daryl, how you living this week? How are things?
Hey, I'm good. It was a good week. I had a good week this week. Did some stepping some new adventures and things like that. So it was a good week.
New adventures with the job that you forgot you had?
No. I'm trying to other things out. Doing some things. That seems to be very lucrative. So.
Okay, good.
Okay, so what is our community events this week before we dive into our special shenanigan of the week?
Camp.
What happened to camp? Okay.
Here she is.
Anybody got any community event stuff that's going on in and about?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is going on with the trial, right? For most things, I know people are invested in the trial. That's going on.
Oh my gosh, I'm glued to the TV.
Many different conversations. Yeah, I kind of turned it off. I don't really have much faith in the system. And we hear all this.
They paid the family already.
Yeah, you know, to kind of give them their.
That's some money, though. That's some dollars, though. I want to see the real justice.
Well, so we haven't seen never really. That's the problem. So, and even if you get convicted, I mean, I'm happy to convict them. How long? Please, sir. If they give them like 4 years, that's not about anything either. So, it's just the justice system has continually let us down. Especially if they show that there really is no justice. So I want to see if they're, and even if they do, I mean, say they do convict them, give them 1,000 years. It's only one person, right? It's not anything. You know, it's like they let this one. They'll let us have this one, so they can say, "Well, look, we did it for that person." But it happens far too often, and usually the outcome is not even a court case. It doesn't get this far, so it's not like you know, it's like a win, but I don't think it's a win. You know, someone still lost their life. Then you see all the people who are witnesses the traumatization of the children out there. One girl was in 3rd grade that was up there, so it's a lot of trauma going on with it. And I think even watching is traumatizing. Right? You know, me watching, I'm like, wow, that could be me, someone I know, and then to not just is on top of that, it's also kind of a smack in the face. So, I mean, we'll see.
I don't know. For me, I've been trying to, even though the videos constantly play in my head, I still try to see that, you know, he is going to pay for his crime. And not just him, but also I guess one of the takeaways that I have is that, one, this is an excellent example of systemic racism. And there are a lot of individuals that are guilty of his death. You know, it's just not the officer. He's the main culprit, but we're talking about the ambulance when they came to arrive, and they knew he was dead when they arrived. But I don't know if it's, you know, part of the brotherhood, even though it's not a police brotherhood, but a brotherhood between, and coming from a union environment, I know police and fire, they are union. So they back each other up. So the handoff of George Floyd, when they transferred him into that ambulance, you know, to me, that represented, you know, somewhat of a brotherhood, because those ambulance medics knew that he was deceased when they placed him on that stretcher and placed him into that ambulance. But for scenery purposes, they actually played it off like he was still alive. And again, I don't know if that was I do believe that was a cover up to protect the officer, in this case, Chauvin, whatever, however you pronounce his name, Derek. But, you know, not to go off on a tangent, I just feel like there were a lot of people that were guilty, you know, from the arrival of the ambulance company for however long that they took to get there, and then for them to go off on a after they picked him up, they went to another location to start treating him. And you know, there's just this trial has exposed a lot of guilty individuals, which is all systemic, you know, and it's blatant systemic racism, you know. It's ugly. The entire trial is ugly, but it reveals a lot of truths, a lot of things that we know every day. It is heartbreaking because I have a son, you know, I have a brother, and George Floyd could have been either one. He is my brother. He is my son, you know, and for me, that I feel like I need to watch because, you know, also it exposes a lot of those protocols, whether it's EMT, fire, police. You know, I got to see all of their so-called protocols that they're supposed to follow that they did not follow And you saw that in some of these videos.
Mhm.
So I saw a lot of opportunities in this video for change, and we have to speak up and speak out against these individuals, whether it's these first responders and how they treat us when they come upon us in an emergency situation.
Mhm.
That's just my take on it. And I just keep watching for the simple fact that I just want to make sure that I'm more aware of what needs to be done, what needs to be changed.
I didn't see that with the EMTs from how they explained it. I didn't see them. I know they couldn't come originally because it's called. I see what it's called. They can come to the police so they can come, so they have to wait. They say it's okay, clear for them to come. When they came, the guy said that he thought he was dead. He said still attempt to, because he had a femoral pulse. They said they still tried to, because that's their job. They said we tried, but he said from what he saw, he said I thought it was as I'm saying. He said I did believe he was dead, but since we did have that femoral pulse, we continued to try to use. They do move. He said we did have to move, also protocol, and then the driver was able to come and help out with chest compressors and things of that nature. And then he said he lost him, but from what he was like, look, I thought he was dead when we came there.
Well, I'm not necessarily putting blame on the EMTs or the medics that showed up, but again, it just kind of exposes what their protocols are when they do arrive on a emergency scene. And as a citizen, it just enlightens me on some of the things that I should be looking for. So no, I'm not necessarily putting blame on them, but again, I just think that reviewing this trial, following this trial, exposes a lot of different things that we wouldn't normally know. So it is hard to watch, but as painful as it is to watch, I think some of these details we need to know, and we don't know.
Very true. Very true. Very, very true. Doc, you got any contribution to that or any other community events? It's interesting. The Queens group that I do every other Friday, which is why I'm running into the room. The conversation was intended to be about like just their take on racism and how it impacts the everyday life. We didn't get to our conversation about that because of a variety of different reasons, but I have spoken about it with other young people, teens, college students, or whatever, and it's like the layers of the system just seems to be so challenging to digest, and it kind of also challenges how hopeful that people can be around what an outcome that we desire would look like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we still keep hope, though, because we are responsible for the change.
Mm-hmm.
So if we don't have hope, how do we change?
I hear you. My hope comes in we need to just rewrite all of the laws so that brown bodies can be included, because the conversation until that's done is an exercise, but not a strategy or a purpose and protocol.
Right. I'm just concerned that, for, and I include myself in this population of where we have a lack of trust for, those individuals. Oh, excuse me. For the other individuals. I just, my concern is that we I reflect back on a statement or an advice that my aunt used to give to me, which is wherever you are, and speaking of a negative place, just don't remain there. So if we remain in a place where we just feel like no one's going to do anything for us, there's never going to be justice. I think it's important, one, to be aware of that, but also not to remain in that place, because if we remain in that place, we remain helpless. We remain helpless, and we just can't remain there. We just can't. So we have to do something, say something, but we just can't accept that, this is how it is. And I think a lot of people that I know, a lot of people that I come in contact with, they blow it off. It's like, that's just the way it is. And I don't think we should remain in that space. So, and how do you come out of that space? You create hope.
I think I could create hope when I have my cake next week.
So we were
oh my gosh, that hurt. That truly hurt.
Wait till next week.
Thank you, Julia.
What'd you say, Doc?
Huh?
What'd you say? You mean?
No, I said we were hoping for some cake.
We hoping for some cake.
And I thought you had cake without me, so it worked out.
See, you the reason.
I'm not the reason.
You're not the reason, but you know.
It was
you an easier projection to take. So our conversation tonight is practice how you play. Practice how you play. In your relationship, how you playing? How much milk is it? Too much milk before we become official. Campus, you dancing to that title?
Yes, she was.
I was. I was gonna gauge it like that, and how much milk is too much milk before we become official. I mean, however much you want to dole out, does it matter how much is too much? It's so like that. I don't know. That's like taboo. Like people don't like to talk about that. But I think you should dole out as much as you want to. But however, I feel like if you had certain goals and you know who you're dealing with, and how you get to that goal, you may have to. I like to use the word. Somebody told me to use the word edit, not change. Just edit how you dole out.
Right.
So, do you edit each relationship, or do you edit yourself? The things that you self-project out.
I would say I would edit myself more so, because I feel like you should have the same standards across the board for yourself, no matter who you're dating. Now, if you decide to switch it up, that's on you. But I mean, when I was dating before I got married, it's the same for everybody. Ain't nothing going down. So at this point, we all in the same boat.
And what boat is that? Is that the married boat, or is that the unmarried boat, or is that the playing together?
I need you to have another goal you focused on. If you want to date me, that means it's not about how much milk I can give you. It's about my personality, what I bring to the table. You like to spend time with me. You like to hang out. We have common goals that we like to do stuff. There's other stuff to do than just give out milk.
But would you not give out milk even though you want to give out milk because you have a goal?
Do we need to define what milk is?
Yeah, I'm like, what is milk? Because I don't know what y'all talking about. Milk.
Down, you know what we talking about.
Yeah, y'all don't. The audience don't listen to him because he helped make this.
No, I don't. Because milk is everything. Milk is everything. Milk isn't just one thing.
Okay, so then what all is milk?
Bad milk. You don't want bad milk.
For me,
is it almond milk or is it rice milk?
Maybe cashew would be better.
I got chocolate milk. Okay, chocolate. Big
or
milk.
lactose-free milk.
Okay.
Right.
No, this milk can get your stomach blowed up. Okay.
You know what?
So the milk
you're talking about salty milk.
So
Oh,
it
I
can be
was
salty.
bubble gut milk.
It can be salty. It can be salty milk. Sometimes it's salty, depending on what I'm doing before I
Okay,
give
so
out the milk.
you want bubble gut milk?
I help cure bubble guts. I can push the bubbles out.
Oh Lord, wait, can we just stay on topic?
So listen, okay, take a drink, Mary. Take a drink. There you go, drink time. So for me,
got,
what
Mary?
milk was
Wine.
Okay,
It's a different glass.
That's a big old glass of wine. That looks like a beer glass.
It's actually a glass for my table setting, but I had to clean them off because seasons.
Okay.
It ain't the jug that
We got a orange cup. We got a mason jar. We got a beer glass. What you got?
This is a
who got
wine
the gallon
glass.
of
You
milk?
see that?
Oh, okay. That looked like a
But
beer
let me
glass.
tell you,
We
you need
got
a
a
mason
daggone thermos.
But wait a minute. The mason jar, there's different sizes. You got
A
8
bedazzled
ounce, 10
thermos.
ounce, 12, 16,
What
and
you got?
24 ounce.
32?
So it depends on what kind of mason jar you need. Depends on what kind of milk you're giving out.
Oh, now look at him. Now, if that said Quavo, we'd be all right. Or 18.
Everything big.
Oh, you drink Tampico?
That's jumbo. That's jumbo. Look, I'm combining words.
You drink Tampico?
Jambo.
Oh, that's different.
That's the cup.
Okay, we digress. We digress as
I know
always.
Yeah.
put the address in the GPS so we can get back to where we're going.
So, Daryl, you said that you wanted to define what kind of almond milk you had going on, or what kind of chocolate milk you was depositing, and if it was salty or not.
I want to kind of be on the same page when we're talking about milk. Like milk to me wasn't one thing.
I think I need to add this thing on here. Go ahead.
To me, it was just more like like how much milk is included in
billing. Sorry.
Okay. Go ahead, April. Go ahead, do your thing, girl.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Oh,
No.
she in that cup today. I bet she had a cup before we started. That's what happened. That's not her first cup. She's about 3 cups in, y'all.
Oh, so Daryl.
So
that's why we didn't get our cake.
Milk, what is milk? Sexual activity. Any
Right.
kind
No,
of
but
sexual
that's
activity.
not milk for me. That's not milk for me.
That's how we define it.
How do we define milk?
Sexual
Well,
activity.
Wait a minute. So, the question is, how much milk is too much milk? So, how much sex is too much sex?
How much sexual activity? Like
and different types of sexual activity.
Right.
You can have sexual activity without having actual sex.
Can you only kiss, or are you having intercourse? Are you having various types of intercourse?
Okay, so now I need to know what sex is. I'm sorry, I didn't know kissing was sex.
Yo, kissing, depending on how a person throw it down, you be all type of sparked up.
Oh, it may be the bridge
depends on
to
what
start
they
everything.
kissing.
Oh my God.
Okay, well there you go, Mary. Okay, Mary. Point taken. Point taken. Woo! Yeah. I've been kissed before.
So Daryl is just like, I won't say every man, but a lot of men who will say certain things aren't sexual, especially when they're telling their woman that something they did with another woman was not sexual.
Wait, you said sexual and sex. So there's two different things, right? You're using two different. So if anything, well, first there's sex in it where it's probably we weren't supposed to be doing it. So I don't know what you're talking about. I know if I'm doing something, I know what I'm doing. So I never tell my girl it ain't. I was grinding on her, but didn't count. No, it counted, right? When I grabbed her butt, it counted. So I don't have those. Yes. I don't have those delusions. I don't have those delusions that think that certain things we do are okay. Like I only put my finger in her mouth. She's sitting on my lap. She was just sitting on my lap because there was no other chairs, girl. What, you think I'm making her tired? No, that's I get all that.
I did not have sexual contact with that woman.
Like, so when I think about how much milk is too much milk, I also think about is the difference if you just talking, dating with benefits,
Is it?
Well, I feel like I'm gonna either give it out or I'm not.
So it's not about if you're dating, talking, because you can give it out when you want to give it out. If you meet them the first night and you want to give them out,
but I feel like
you give it out.
You can give out as much milk as you want to. But what I'm saying is
I
sometimes
know that.
in certain cultures or in certain families and backgrounds, they don't give out the milk because they trying to get married. So
No.
they're
They
like,
don't let it known that they give out the milk, but they giving that milk out.
they might be giving out milk, but from another door.
But their milk
Let me
might
put
look
it that
different
way.
than the milk that you're talking
Right.
about.
Yeah, that's
Well,
different.
milk,
It could be quality time. It could be that intimacy stuff that people forget, like as far as how you greet somebody throughout the day. It could be so many other currencies and when you practicing how you play, like you letting somebody know what your expectations are on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely.
So that fuels the ability to just wanting to engage with milk.
Well, and that's the question, like how much do you give at certain points of your relationship to, what is too much? We just met, so I only want to give out a hand. I want a whole hand.
Well, who is the judgment of what's too much?
The question is the question for a reason. That's the point of the question for asking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I go too far? I apologize. Let me take a sip.
Never mind. We done the show. Everybody do what you want to do. Hey, give it out.
Good night, everybody.
We good. Good night.
If we ever did a show in 30 minutes, they'd be like, well, wait, what happened? They must have did an announcement that they leaving or something.
So who's that, Trish?
Yeah, that's Trish.
It depends on the type of relationship you want with that person.
That's not true. Because
you can. Damn, will you let me finish? I was going there. Like,
you trying to steal my thunder, girl. See, she went to a high voice.
And you not gonna call that a microaggression now? I'm just saying. You wasn't with us on that conversation. I'm just saying.
You almost killed me. Mary almost killed me just now. I almost choked. I'm sorry, Doc. Go ahead with your microaggression.
No. Go on. You all enthusiastic and everything.
That's the word we're gonna use, enthusiastic.
Yes, we're gonna say enthusiastic.
All right.
Spell it.
Hold up. I was a spelling bee champion, all right?
I know, I can't spell it.
She just had no cup in her hand.
I couldn't spell it to save my mom's life. They're like, you gotta spell this word to save your mom's life. I'm like, enthusiastic, ooh, Mom, I love you. You ain't got it.
So you started to say it doesn't really depend on the type of relationship you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's not true.
It's not?
No. Because you could be wanting just a straight up, throw my back out, jump off, and you believe that this partner is able to do that, and that's all you want. And then they end up getting hooked, and you like, I'm not playing like that. Like, I wasn't practicing to play with you. I just needed you for a service.
But see, now you're doing, you're talking about what they wanted, right? You said what?
No, that wasn't the question. You asked me how was I defining some milk? Some, not all, some milk.
Huh? Well, no, you said how much milk to give, and you're talking about how much you give, but you're talking about how someone's receiving it, right? I'm just talking about how much I think I can give.
If I give you permission to use your car in my garage, it should be a mutual give and take. But then when you want to play beyond what I'm deciding to give you because you want to become official, that wasn't the conversation.
Yeah, but you,
well,
again,
that's
so I'm saying, I think.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I think that, so if we're talking about how much milk is okay to give, you gave what you felt was okay for what you wanted. They have another, just because they took a different interpretation and want something different. You still said, this is all I wanted for. I want you for, I can't remember how you used the back blowing, back flip, back out.
Back blowing.
All of that.
I don't know what it is.
All of that. All that you said.
Yeah, but that's all you wanted. So you're like, this is all I want to give. This is all I want to give because it's all I want. But the other person is the one who violated the contract, who's taking it somewhere else. That's not really on you. Because you, especially if you specified what it was.
It wasn't a contract.
If you said what it is, absolutely. If I'm just coming here to do my thing, to drop these balls off, then that's all you're getting. It ain't nothing else. Okay?
So that's
when we call me to eat, I said I'm dropping the balls off.
if I wanted to give somebody some milk, but if I wanted to give somebody some milk when I was dating, but I felt like in my bones they wanted more, I didn't give no milk because I'm not trying to go there. That's not my goal, so I can't give you any. If I felt it in my bones that you wanted more than what I wanted.
So why would you deal with them at all?
Go there. Why
would you deal with them at all then?
I didn't. We just didn't. We didn't at that point. Like if I'm having a conversation with you and I'm attracted to you and I want to give you some, but I feel like you gonna take them more like you'll get hooked and can't separate after. We can't do nothing at all because I'm not trying to deal with the aftermath of your drama. So I don't do nothing at all. I just walk away.
I think sometimes we got to deal with our own grandiose thoughts, thinking it's that good. That's why we get hooked.
Did you just say that?
Oh, I know what he said, but let me
I'm not saying her. I said we.
I know what he said. I know what you inferred, and I know what you said. But I don't have grandiose ideas. I know what my milk is. So that's why I've been locked down for 17 years.
See, you cannot be you cannot judge your own milk. That just makes no sense.
I haven't judged it.
Why can't you judge your own milk?
Exactly.
You're impartial. You're impartial.
I'm not going by my thoughts. I'm just going by.
But you gotta judge what energy you allow in your life so you don't have a toxic situation. And if you think that on the other side of me sharing my cup of milk that you're gonna be stalkerish, then we need to not even have this playing game.
I hear you. I'm just gonna say I don't know why people think their milk turns people into stalkers. That person was a stalker before he met you. I'm just saying.
Well, you think your mic?
I'm just saying.
You stalk us with your big mic.
You think your mic is so dynamic?
I'm just saying. Listen, it's like you do anything. You do a survey. You ask 100 people. It's like ask 100 people, and they said.
Well, she asked 100 people.
Okay, listen, I didn't say her. I said we. First of all, I spoke in the queen we, like saying people. I don't know anybody. It may have happened, but I don't know that people's stuff is so good it turns somebody into a stalker. Whoever they were probably a stalker before. They had issues before they met you. I'm just saying, people, we can big ourselves up and say we're.
Why you can't turn somebody out? You saying we can't turn nobody out?
No. I said it may happen, but I don't. I'm just saying, I don't. Everybody turning somebody out.
So let's keep that in mind when he talks about his big mic.
Hey, listen.
Right.
Listen, when I'm talking about dropping these balls off, I'm talking about dropping the balls off.
Okay, whatever.
So do you give the amount of milk based on the type of relationship you want?
What was the question, Doc? What was the...
Do you give the amount of milk based on the type of relationship you want with the person?
Some people do.
I think that's a rookie mistake. I think that if we're judging, to be honest, and this is like, if we lived in a vacuum, I think sometimes we have to get the milk out the way. Talking about it, just as the milk, get that out the way, because a lot of times a man's goal is to get the milk, right? A woman's goal is kind of to be coy with it, not to really get it really quickly. So it's a game usually until the milk is given. Once you get that milk, then you see if you really like that person. Like, I don't really like her, or I do like her, because I think that we put so much weight sometimes on that part, on that milk. We put so much emphasis on it. Like, I'm taking you out, I'm putting a down payment on hoping to get that milk, right? Everything in the beginning usually is to try to get, get cookies or the pound cake.
Well, some people, gosh, whatever.
The small loaf or the big loaf?
Any loaf at that point. In the beginning, when you're hungry, you don't care. You just want to get that
Go ahead, April. Some people.
So I was going to say, some people think that if you give the milk away, like, you're giving part of your soul away.
Mm.
So, you're talking about just giving it away. And it's to some people, it's just a little bit more deeper than that.
Okay. I said like in a perfect world, you would get that out of the way, get it off the table. Cause I think how many times you had sex with someone and it changed the relationship, right? Mm-hmm. You see them now differently, or they see you differently. Because in the beginning, a lot of times, like I said, and I speak for men a lot of times, that's bold. Like, I didn't get your number to go play basketball with you, right? I didn't get your number to go hang out. We got your number because we found you attractive and we want to take you down. You feel me? We want to drop these balls off. So once you get it, once we get it, mission completed, right? So you got to your goal. Now you have to now revamp. And now what's my goal going forth? What
to get
do
it
I
again.
want? Well, no, yeah, get it again. But again, and again, for some people, some guys, that's their goal, and that's why they hit it once and they're done. I never understood that. I'm gonna hit it till you tell me I can't do it anymore. But that's just me. These balls back tomorrow and the day after that.
Go away, Daryl. Go away.
So yeah, when they say go away, then the balls are gone. But I'm gonna keep coming. But then I think after you
down at the door again.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Talking about this.
Hey, the baller's back. I'm a baller. So, but I think that sometimes after you get the relationship really starts to after the ball drops, and I think that's when we start seeing each other differently sometimes, and we can kind of figure out what we want to do going forward. And I'm not saying go out and do that, but I mean, sex is such emphasis on sex in relationships, you know, and I'm talking about for men that I know, and I can't speak for women, but it's really, you know, like I said, we're getting your number not because we just like your hair or you got some nice pound cake. We want to, you know,
my pound cake is good.
We want to pound the cake.
The metaphors we got going on tonight is
exactly.
Hey, you know, I know a lot of women who are in that same boat, Daryl.
Okay.
Who not just meeting dudes just to sit and talk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, and
they
I can't wait for a woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, so now we got that out the way. Where are we going next?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Are we going to now go? Are we going to go out more? Are we going to, you know, are we going to date? What's going to happen now that I got the cookies? Because for a little bit in the beginning, you know, it's going to be like all the time. We ain't going to be able to leave nowhere because I'm every second.
When you just did that, this is a detour to the conversation. Am I allowed, Doc, to take a detour?
Go ahead.
So apparently on South Street here in Philadelphia, what is the store called? Condom Nation?
Condom Kingdom.
That's still open?
Yeah.
Okay.
So apparently I haven't been there, but somebody's post has shared that they have like that and I was like looking around for mine, but it's in the other room, that workout ball that people sit on.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it has a remote control that has different vibrations for a woman to sit on.
It does.
Yeah.
So the whole ball vibrates?
The whole ball vibrates. Camp said it does.
I was pregnant.
Okay. So is it work? Camp? Is it like sufficient?
I don't know. I got my own ball. So I ain't sitting on no ball.
I would say I think it works if you're in the activity and you sit on it. It's better. It's like I wouldn't say extender. That's the wrong word. It's a good addition.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So who's sitting on it?
The woman.
The woman is sitting on it.
She's sitting on it, and where's the man at?
He could be right there with the remote control, changing the speed.
Oh, so he's good for her sitting on it by herself. Okay.
She could sit on it by herself.
That must be
I would just lay it on her. If she laid down on her stomach.
Very intense if you allow it to.
Okay.
Wow, that's interesting.
I mean, there's separate different positions you can use with it, but I mean, if you're open to that, but it works.
Mm.
Okay. All right, thank you for your expert try.
Yeah.
Because I only read about it, and the person was like, well, if you feel comfortable going to the store or not, that they would partner along as a girlfriend to go with you to the store. And I was like, okay, you need a friend to go with you to.
Did they like it, Mary?
They thought that it was extra powerful. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Wow.
And they didn't even go as far as power that was permitted, but the power that they experienced, they said was powerful.
And what is this called? I'm just asking for a friend.
It's the same as the exercise ball that people sit on but it has an additional contraption to it.
Oh, it's something that
didn't
hooks to
say
the
that
ball.
I'm
part,
sure it has
Mary,
a
'cause
name.
I'm just like, how do you
What's
sit
the
on the
name
ball?
What's the name of it, Camp?
Yeah, Camp, come on.
She's looking it up now. Is there
I don't know what the
something
name of it
attaches to
because
the
things
top
have
of it?
changed. I had one a decade ago.
Okay.
So
So
something
what
sits on
So I
top
don't know
of
the
it.
current.
And I'm just thinking about milk being prepared. Like that's a part of cooking the milk to
Does
get it
something sit on
ready.
top of the ball, Mary? Mary, does something
Yes.
kind of sit on top of the ball like that? They'll.
I think it can
Or
be
is-
there or it cannot be there. Like you can like have it poke out or have it poke in.
Okay, so is it kind of like what's it called? A Sibian?
Look,
It could be a sippy ball. You want
No,
it to
a
be a
Sibian.
sippy ball?
No, a Sibian. A Sibian. I think it's called a Sibian. You sit on, and it has, I guess something you sit on, and it vibrates. But it's like a
I
little.
don't know. I didn't do the research to see how it went. But I just was
I don't know.
thinking
I think I
about
might be the
like when you
oldest
did
one on
that
the panel,
movement in
but-
the last comment, it made me think about that conversation about this fitness ball that was talked about in a sexualized milk giving way.
Yeah, I wonder how with the whole ball vibrates and what do they have in the ball to make it vibrate the whole thing?
And it's
it
a remote
doesn't even
control.
matter as long as it vibrates.
It's a whole bunch of different
I mean,
type of balls that vibrates.
No. You said if it's exercise ball, right?
Even
if
the ones that you drop off. Yes,
that's
you probably
fine.
got
But it's
one
an
in the back
exercise-
room.
Okay, but it's an exercise ball. So exercise ball is big and round. So what are you having to vibrate? And it's going to vibrate on the floor. Everything going to be vibrating if the whole ball is vibrating.
It's not apartment friendly. What that was stated. It's not apartment friendly that it should be
okay.
used in a house. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yo.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a small ball. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's not for an apartment because all your neighbors will be in your business.
Yeah, but the exercise ball is pretty big for something to make that whole thing vibrate. Earthquake. They're gonna be banging on the roof with the broom underneath, like the kids are trying to sleep.
Pretty much.
Look at that, balls again distracting the conversation.
Everybody looking it up, like they're like looking it up. Okay, so back to the milk. We done lost viewers. Come on, back to the milk. Everybody going to look for the ball.
Everybody for balls.
It's not Kegel sized.
And all I want is
no, it's not
if you can fit one of them in you, I can't do nothing for you.
Right?
Me or my big Mike can't do nothing for you.
Okay, so back to the milk. And apparently back to dinner.
Trying to get my energy up.
So how much milk is too much milk before we become official? Like we said, it might start on how you determine how you want to start the relationship, what type of relationship it is. But I think the other thing that we talked about is that if you're in a relationship and deciding that you want to spice things up, do you hold it back or do you jump all in to try all of these different acrobatic situations?
I need to know everything before I put the ring on your finger. Don't hold nothing back from me.
So, okay, when you say official, do you mean official like officially in a relationship official or marriage official?
Whatever you mean.
The
some
person
people's
that
goal
gave this
isn't-
topic didn't say that.
Well, I said whatever you mean is official because remember, because official could mean some people in game isn't marriage. You know what I mean? They may just want to be in a partnership. This is our partnership. Whatever you feel your in game is.
Okay, so I would say I would be official in a relationship before all this. Why not?
Why am I waiting?
It's not really about waiting. It's about us having a conversation and seeing what we want to do and want done. So if we want to do this or what we want done before, it's official. That's on us. Why does it have to be a timetable? Or when you're supposed to?
It's just.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have looked it up. What happened?
Everybody distracted right now. Y'all worry about big balls that vibrate, and the whole room is off right now.
Like,
all y'all All y'all, I'm looking at all y'all distracted. You don't know what we're talking about. We got wet pound cake over April's house. It's crazy. People ain't paying attention to the question. They're like, the
My
moon
pound cake is
round.
not wet. It's moist.
Oh, April said her pound cake is moist. Okay.
All right, the phone is off to the side. I apologize.
Hey, I ain't never seen y'all hot and bothered.
Doc, I saw you was like this, like, yeah, okay, I'm putting the phone to the side.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all over here dreaming about who ordered the ball in that 5 minutes just now. Who ordered it?
I think Daryl the only one that answered. Daryl the only one that answered my question.
What was your question, Doc? I don't even remember.
Do you give out the milk based on what you want from the relationship?
You can. Some people do. I don't see nothing wrong with that. If you choose to do that and your partner's okay with that. Like they not, then you figure it out.
I'm
a little magic ball. See, this
you
is
get
why
you get a ball. You get a ball.
We have to remember that when sex esteem comes back out to make sure we
one lucky viewer. One lucky viewer.
Yes.
We got balls from one viewer.
One lucky viewer. Daryl will show up to your house with his magic balls.
Right? And magic night.
There it is.
Yo, Doc, our cash
ball
drop.
On
that one.
Ball drop.
Ball drop.
Hey, I'm here with the balls. Where do you want me to put them?
I don't want to answer that question.
Yeah, can we take a pass?
First of all, if you need me to tell you where, then go back out the door and drive back to where you came from.
So here we go again. So 1 minute, you guys want communication about what you want and how you want it. Next minute, I just need to go and drop the balls where I think I should drop the balls. Which one is it? I'm confused, ladies. Talk to me. Talk to me. I want to be taught. I'm here to learn. I want to learn.
You're here to learn. Somebody said they on the floor.
But some people will say, they're not going to have sex because they want to get married.
Right.
I don't know. I've only come across a small number of people who've done that and were dissatisfied after they got married, or even who said they were, who actually told other people that they wish they had done it before because their sex life is trash.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what they got to remember too is that them holding out, they're not getting practice either. Mm-hmm. They act like they can just turn it on. Like, no, you got to, remember how to move. That leg got stiff after you didn't have it for a year. You can't put that leg back like you used to no more. You thought you could, and you done popped the hip.
They both have to hydrate with some water so those muscles is working.
Well, no. You have to use it. You have to use it. Remember, practice how we play. If you're not using it, you're going to lose it. So that motion you have, like anything you do, even in sports, if I'm not using it, I decline, right? I'm not at my best. So that's why if you don't use it, I think when you try to go back into it, you may think you were in your heyday, but your hip ain't what it used to be. You feel me? Your back ain't what it used to be. It's going to take time. So you both are trash.
So Camp raises a good point, though. What if you're a virgin? Should you just be trying stuff out? If your end game is marriage, or let's take marriage off the table. If your end game is to be in a committed relationship with someone.
You got to give it up sometime. I mean,
but what if you have trauma, or like trauma that even if you haven't had sex before, you might have trauma that has been downloaded into your view around sex and intimacy that you think you do lose a part of yourself, but you think you're going to lose a full level of yourself.
So I think you need to get therapy at that point, right? You got to work through that before you can be with anybody in any type of relationship. You need to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what I'm dealing with. I just know I don't like people.
I know when you come to me and I meet you, I don't know what I'm dealing with either. I'm like, whoa, you just weird. So it push me away too, because you're not explaining what's going on, and I'm not really. I feel like everything is going good, and every time we get here, you kind of pull away or do something. So now I'm thinking, well, maybe she doesn't like me like that, or something wrong with me. So in either way, it's going to turn us both away from each other, unless if she can't vocalize or she doesn't know what's going on either. I mean, I might suggest you go to counseling, but I don't know how she's going to receive that. She doesn't really think that counseling is going to solve her problem.
I think people will say, you know, to protect themselves, nothing's wrong with me. But you know that if every time someone gets close to you, you feel a certain way. You might not be able to name it. You might not, you know what it is, but you know that it's not comfortable. And that's something to explore. That's something to explore in therapy.
But I think people are masters at saying it's everybody else. Like, I keep meeting all these men that ain't no good. These men ain't no good. This 100 men I met ain't none of them good. They all dead. At a certain point, that's you, but they don't. People are so, you know, quick to say it's everyone else.
But like, what if you have to? I guess I'm gonna go on the other side. That you are open to giving milk, and say you even in a committed marriage, but your partner thinks that sex is a task. And so they don't want to take on any more tasks because they need to make money to buy properties and do all this other non-emotionally attached type stuff. And that's what's important. But the wife has to beg the husband because it's a task to have sex. Did you say cheating?
I said cheating.
Daryl says side joint is his answer.
I'm saying if the wife is begging the husband for sex, then he's cheating, or he don't like her.
He don't like her.
He has two demanding jobs, though.
I don't know. As a man, I still want it. Like, I still want it. No matter how much.
No, I would pose the question, like, why did you get married? What was your thought process around wanting to be with someone when you don't want to be with someone?
But see, what happened in that marriage probably weren't doing it before, thinking we're trying to save it until we get married. And when they got married, the same thing just kept going on. You know, that
ain't the case.
I'm not saying. Well, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. They just stopped doing it out of nowhere. They started having sex out of nowhere.
Well, I'm trying to think how I can safely say it. There's been times in their professional career, due to internships, that they've lived separately, and throughout the years, they now have a 20-year-old, and and they have like younger children. So it's like, since August is the first time that they've lived together on a consistent basis, but the grind and focus is different, where sex is a chore.
He used to it with his girlfriend. I don't know. As a healthy male, I can't see not wanting to do it. I'm just saying. So if it could be other thing, if your libido dropped or something like that, maybe. I just don't see as a healthy male not wanting to do it. Like,
so
my job's hard, I don't want to do it.
So
no, I'm like.
So the question is, if you become sexually incompatible, what do you do?
Yes,
somebody said. Somebody said.
Try harder.
That proves like cheat.
What'd you say, Ken?
No, I'm looking at April's face from earlier. She was like, cheat.
I didn't
try
say
harder.
that.
What did you say, April? Kind of cheat? Just let him put the
You see her face was like May.
I mean, the reality is,
it's on the table.
If you have a good relationship with your partner and you have good communication, it's time for a discussion. Look, we're not compatible. What can we do about this? What's the plan? Can I sleep with somebody else since you don't want to do it?
Wow.
Do you want to die?
Look at that girl. What die?
I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
So speaking from a single perspective, now I would say if we're not compatible, I would definitely look to see if there's something that we can fix, and if there isn't, then yeah, we need to find our separate ways. Because as much as people may not want to admit, I'm going to speak for myself. Sex is important to me. Quality sex is important to me. If it cannot be given, provided, I can't give it, then yeah, we're not compatible. Then we need to seek our separate ways.
And a lot of times people stay together just to stay together. Like,
because the creator said they're supposed to stay together.
The discomfort and not being happy is sometimes better than the unknown for people.
Wow.
Absolutely.
What happens if I am single? Now that I'm 40, 50 years old, what does that look like? Now I'm gonna stay right here. This is okay. I can deal with this.
Hey, to be honest, like, deal with the devil you know. Sometimes going out there it's even worse.
And on the single side, there's a struggle. There is truly a struggle.
What's the struggle from the single side?
What did you say?
Daryl said it don't have to be.
Yeah, what's the struggle?
So the struggle, it depends on, again, what you're looking for individually.
I think that's the real question. People don't know what they're looking for or what they want.
Right.
And so when we have conversations about how much milk is too much milk, people don't know what they want.
Very true.
People are very general. They're like, I want to be happy. I want to be in love. I want to be somebody that loves.
Right.
That's not it. And they don't understand. They go up with that Disney frame of mind. They want to go meet this great person and have this, great romance. But what do you really want? And that's what people don't do. They don't really talk to what they really want.
Even when they say, I'm feeling some type of way. Okay, that could be very colloquial, and we can assume that we know what type of way they feel.
Many
you really
things.
need to pause
and
be like, what way are you feeling?
What does that mean?
Are you sad?
Yeah, I thought that was bad.
Everybody talking.
Whoever told me she was feeling some type of way, I never thought that was good. I never thought it was good. Something was going on.
Right,
when you heard that, I'm feeling some type of way.
But you need to actually know what that. But you need to know. You need to stop that whole trajectory and be like, okay, so what if I don't know what you feel? So tell me what's some type of way you feel. Is it angry? Is it happy? Is it joyous? Is it impatient? Like, actually name that emotion and let's feel that back. Because
I just had that same conversation with someone today, was telling me, describing how they feel, but I'm like, no, what's the emotion?
And people don't know how to do that.
Most people only know 3: happy, sad, and angry. That's it.
That was funny, Doc.
Happy,
they don't
sad,
know how
angry,
to name
you said
and finished.
There was no 3: happy, sad, and angry. That's it.
That's it.
Really?
And I finished.
Yes.
Well, I got 4. I got finished.
You know what?
And I'm like, if you're doing sex from a task-oriented way, you're not really having sex or intimacy. You're not even really busting off the way that you need to be busting off. I'm sorry. Yeah, I said busting off.
Hey, but if that's their level, wait a minute. But if that's their level, they may not know it's another world. So they may think and feel they're doing what they need to do when they give you this, that may be their level to them.
I'm not role playing no orgasm. We're not.
Oh no, I'm talking about that's what he really did. He might be, he might be premature, and he might think that's how it's supposed to be. Gotcha.
I do know somebody who said that their husband, after 12 years, doesn't know that they've never had an orgasm.
Does he care? Is the question.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's really the question. Does he care?
He cares.
If he doesn't know if
that's a good big job.
Yeah.
Does he
thinks that he's doing a great business.
So that,
Huh?
but that relationship
fault
got
is that?
deeper issues because why is she faking it?
Absolutely, that's her fault.
Because she really likes the swinging stuff that they do, and when from a female, she's able to have those moments, but not from her husband.
Okay,
Well, he
so
should
she
know
made her
that.
husband fit. This is the problem too. This is really a problem.
He should know
When women
that.
don't tell men what it really is, they're going around with these false sense of secure that they feel like they're better than they are. That's the one that think, oh, I'm knocking it out the park because you over there screaming for no reason and he's terrible, right? That's I'm being serious. That's the problem of women. You souping these men up. You know what I mean? I'm like, if somebody start acting crazy with me, like, oh, I'm like, shut up. It ain't that. Stop. It ain't like that. I'm not even doing it. So stop. We're not gonna have that.
Oh my gosh,
I know what I'm doing.
Would
This
you
is not
say,
in my
Daryl,
best
I
work.
didn't get it in yet?
Yeah, this is not in my best. Hey, this is not in my best work, right? I don't really like you that much to make you do
Bare
that.
minimum.
So stop.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when women do that, so the husband at that point, he's good because his mind, I'm satisfying her. She's going crazy. I'm good. He's hurt. He walking around and thinking he's the man, and she's like, oh, I really don't like it. That's her fault. That's
No, let's go to our group chat and go meet up with one of our slim joinies on the side. And yeah, I can come hanging out the side of the car and then we'd be all right.
Daryl, that's
and
called
that's how she gets
fulfilling your
hers.
obligation.
He feels good. I mean,
If you're a wife, it's like, okay, let me do this so I can move on.
listen, yeah, I like to hear coochie right here.
Oh, really?
I don't want that.
You don't want no hair coochie?
I don't want that.
Hair coochie?
No. Nah.
No,
Like,
the hair
here.
coochie is go
Nah, I
ahead.
don't want that. I don't want that. Like, no, thank you.
Stupid. I can't.
I don't want it. I don't want that. I don't want that milk. That's not the milk I want.
You said hair
So
coochie.
when we
Let me
start
get my
faking
mouse
it,
clicker ready.
You
when we
gotta
start faking
do
the
this.
orgasm.
Let me get my mouse clicker ready.
Ooh.
Hey, once you can do what you want to do.
Oh,
Okay?
wow.
Get your clicker,
So that's
your mouse,
That's not having a
your-
mutual milk sharing conversation.
your exercise ball, whatever you just ordered on Amazon, you can use that when I'm done. Okay.
I didn't order anything, thank you.
Stop playing, Daryl.
I was on the website, sold out now. Thanks to this guy. We ain't get no money off it, sold out.
Checked already.
Yeah, we probably gave them some free airplay by me just asking questions.
Right.
Like, what happened tonight? We had a spike in ball sales.
Right. All because I was engaged on another conversation. I was like, oh, okay, what happened?
So is there a consensus that we think you should kind of know what you're getting into sexually when you if you're going to have a long-term relationship?
Hell yeah.
I think so. I mean, that's like, who won't buy a house and not know what's in the basement? Well, don't go in the basement, but you can buy it. I'm going to the basement. I got to see what's down there before I buy this house. I need to test out every nook, cranny, every hole need to be tested out before we get married. I'm just saying.
See, now, Dal, you raise an interesting point because I've heard people say, well, I'm only going to do these certain things.
Right, until I get married.
Because I'm saving this particular thing for my husband. Or my
husband. I'm saving this ring for those particular things.
You know what? That's a good one.
But what about if the woman is like, I can go buy my own ring. I don't need you to buy me a ring.
Exactly.
Okay. Okay. So I'm saying no. Have fun. I mean, I don't.
You know what?
Go get
Women,
the ball we
what
just
they call it,
the mouse.
Women marry themselves.
Okay.
But I think that's pretty common though. That women will say, I'm not going to do anal sex or I'm not going to do oral sex or whatever the case may be until I'm in a committed relationship with this person.
You put oral sex in that conversation?
I've heard people say that. And usually if I hear it from a woman, she's talking about giving, not receiving.
Okay. Selfish in one way, right? 68 and I owe you one. Okay.
Yes.
That's why you gotta take a shower first.
I don't. I like bringing the Old Spice.
No, we don't like. There's only so much salt you can take.
I mean,
girls
take
like
a shower and
teasing.
get an STD test done, or STI. I'm sorry, should I say?
So
we're
Daryl,
doing all
you
that, really?
saying
That's what we're
that
doing? We're doing
if
all
you're
that?
gonna,
What you
Daryl,
mean? That's
you're
what we're
saying
doing.
that if you're gonna propose to a woman, you have to have had every type with her, everything.
No surprises. Don't tell me you're saving nothing for after the ring. I need to know now. I
So
need to
then,
know
okay, so
before.
you get the ring, you had the chandelier moments, you had the amount of children that you all agreed to have, and now you're like, well, we don't need to have no more because we only do that to have children. The milk shop is closed.
Oh, so it's just a relationship. So it's just a relationship. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
As soon as you close your doors, I close mine. Thank you. Like, I mean, what you mean? So you want to shut it down? Like, if I have to eat, right? If 7-Eleven's closed, I'm going to Wawa. I'm just letting you know. So you can close your doors if you want.
Open unless you have a pandemic.
Listen, and I'm not exactly. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to pandemic because you close your doors. So if you close your doors, I'm not going to argue with you. You can close it. I understand. You don't want to do it anymore. I get it. Yes, I'm glad we could talk about this. And I'll be back. I'm going to Wawa. Okay.
Are you saying that though? Are you saying if you close your doors, I'm going to somebody else?
I'm telling you from the door.
Or you
I'm
just
telling you before the ring. Hey, this stops here at any point. I will eat somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm going to let you know that. Like, it's not. Again, it makes.
Are you really going to let somebody know that, or is that just what you hope that you will let them know? Because sometimes
this is what I do in my normal everyday life.
Oh, Daryl. Some people have the spiritual and moral values that make them think about their decisions or these impulsive thoughts differently. Like they might think it, but then they feel, what's the word called? What's that C word they call it?
Conviction.
There we go. Yeah, thank you. They might feel convicted on the whole process that they had that thought and they're going to try and work it out one more time.
Or they go do it and use the R word. Now they want to repent.
I mean,
we have to repent every day. Wait, repenting is
no
what we do every day anyway.
Which is no accountability.
Your conviction is your accountability. You should be convicted of it, right? Because you're going to do things anyway. Like we're going to fail. No one's perfect. I'm not talking about cheating. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm saying, but you repent because you did something. Doesn't mean you won't ever do it again, but you try to be better. But in this situation, if I come into the relationship letting you know that, no, listen, if you're just going to stop something arbitrarily by yourself, it's about you, and I can't get my needs met, and we talk about it, they got to get met somewhere.
You can go to the gym.
To the what?
Or you could bake cake. You could bake cakes with April.
Listen,
she could do a cooking class on Zoom.
Listen, exactly. I'm going to April's pound this pound cake because it's going to be some fluid exchange. Again, we're not. If I'm not getting it at home, I'm getting it somewhere. And someone would be silly to think that they're not giving it to their mate and they're not going to ever get it. I think that's just silly of that person.
So people are on a spiritual path. Sometimes they withhold the milk.
That's cool. You can withhold all you want. I'm letting you know I'm gonna get it.
But if y'all are on a spiritual connection together, like it shouldn't be that you just jetting out and going somewhere else. It should be.
I'm confused. Are we connected? If you're denying me, where are we connected at?
If we have a spiritual path, we connected. If we have a spiritual path, then we're connected.
So but our connection broke somewhere because when we stop connecting, we're not on the same path. That's not
realistic, Daryl.
If you're telling me you're going to deny your partner right now, especially we're talking about spiritually, we're talking about Christians, if you're going to deny your partner, then there's a problem. But if we're talking about spiritually, you can't even do that spiritually.
Wait, but you're not married.
Excuse me?
You're not married, right?
No, I had mentioned some scenarios where you are married.
I'm sorry.
I thought we were talking about married.
It changes.
So I said if we're married, then if we're married, and we're talking about spiritually, then we shouldn't be denying our partner sex anyway.
Oh, Gina.
And I mean, that does sound like a discussion that you would have had together. Like, okay, we're going to go on this spiritual path and we're not going to have sex for X amount of months.
So what if that's your 40-day fast?
Oh, well, that's different. If you're saying you're doing some like Daniel fast or something like that, cool. But talked about it. I mean, I thought if we're just like not doing it because someone's upset or you didn't take the trash out fast enough, then we have a problem. But I mean, if you're talking about like something you guys arranged something, I'm okay with that if we're arranging something.
I don't know. I didn't write the question. I mean, I typed it, but it was given to me.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, 40 days would be cool. I mean, if my wife wanted to, like, let's rock this out.
40 days?
Day 40,
yeah, that's
but
too
day
long.
41,
40 days and 40 nights.
Girl.
That's a long time.
You be looking for the heat
listen,
day.
But you guys got to listen to what we said. 40 days. So
and
we
40
can't have
nights.
sex in the day. Oh, you didn't say that first. I think we have sex at night. You got to look for loopholes, okay?
It's a fast, right?
You fast during the day, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, what do we mean by
From
sex?
6 a.m.
What do we mean?
to 6 p.m.
I'm so done with y'all. Y'all find stuff.
I'm trying to find a loophole. Like if I rub on your butt, it's kind of like, can I do this? You got to find a way. If I just lay it across top of it, is that okay? You got to find a way.
So practicing how we play. How do you practice what you play?
So I would look at it as how I come before my marriage.
How you come?
I practice, right?
That's
before
you,
my
Mary.
marriage.
That's you, Mary.
Yeah, here you go. Yes,
That's
I'm going to come.
That was Mary that time. Yeah.
Go get your ball.
Yes.
Go get your ball. See, this ball got all y'all hot and flustered.
I don't
brought
have
that
no
ball
ball. That ball was doing too much in that picture. I'm good.
That's what I mean. The ball in the picture got y'all all flustered. If none
But
of
you
y'all
ain't
show up
got
next
to
week, I know
use
that ball
everything
came
on
to
the
your
ball.
house.
Yeah, that was a lot happening
that
from
ball
that
came to your
picture.
You don't have to use
I need to
everything on the
erase
ball.
my
You just
cookies.
soak it in. You just
I need to erase my
push it in and do other stuff with it.
I need to erase my cookies so that stuff don't pop up no more. I mean, is it really changed? We grown, right, Ruth? Daryl, what were you saying, Ty?
I forget because y'all keep talking about these balls and
balls are important.
derail.
Apparently.
I know. I got 2 of them. They're very important.
I mean,
we've been together for a long time. We're like best friends.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
They just like hanging with me.
He's stupid.
Hopefully they don't hang too low and turn colors.
Depending on the weather, it's warm, they'll hang further away. When they're cold, they'll snuggle up to you.
So what about that post several weeks back where the woman said that she's not having sex with the man she wants to marry because she wants him to look at her a certain way, but she giving it up all kinds of crazy to this other person?
We talked about she got to have it already.
But this is on topic.
It is. It is.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if she got to have it,
she's giving the milk out. In one case, she's giving the milk out all crazy. The next case, she's holding the milk. She's withholding it for a reason. That she's not even. She's DID. She's on 2 different people there. She's a whole different people. Like if her husband or the guy she's engaged to heard about her going in the streets doing this, he'd be like, "Nah, my girl, she want to give it to me. I know she ain't out there doing that.
Right?
She's for me, right?" And then now she's all crazy. The guy should be all crazy, like somebody waiting for her. Why? I ain't have to wait. She get in the door. She jumping on me. Like you wouldn't even believe it's the same person. So she needs some help. There's something going on there. I don't know what it is, but
she'll probably get her ring though, or I do.
Most hoes get rings.
You know what?
I'm just saying. Most hoes get rings. Somebody ends up marrying you,
but why
would
you want to marry a hoe?
Why
Sometimes
is she
they don't know. You don't know.
Yeah, why
that
she
she's a hoe.
Why can't she
Why
just
she
have her
hoe?
sexual freedom?
Okay, so the sexually free girl gets a ring.
They do get rings.
They
Absolutely.
Good girls
do.
get
They
rings too.
they get a lot
they
of perks.
do. Yep.
Hey,
Yep.
listen.
Depends on who you're marrying.
Again, they get rings. Most people get a ring, and somebody's going to love you until they find out. And then now,
So they find out.
and when they find out, can they handle it? You seen the best man when he found his best man, knocked down the door. Remember, he had some questions to go through, and he was able to end up, staying with, which was that movie was dope. It's real. What would you do if you found that out? Oh,
it's a double standard still, though.
I couldn't take it.
Yes.
I couldn't take it.
A big double
My
standard
ego wouldn't
because
let
he
me
was
take
hitting everything, right?
Most men can't do
Again,
it. Most men
but
can't
it is
dish
a double
out.
standard.
Take
Women,
they dish out.
yeah, women need to understand it's going to be a double standard. We don't want to see you
But what
doing
makes
what we
that a
do.
balanced relationship?
Huh?
What makes that a balanced relationship then?
He
I don't know
hoeing
about
and
balance.
she
I don't know about it being balanced. I just know it's a double standard. Like, let's be honest, a double standard. I don't want my woman for everybody. I don't want her for play. You don't.
And we don't want our men for everybody either.
Well, we are gonna be. So
I guess so.
Listen.
I guess so. You drop the ball.
And we just supposed to lay there and be okay with that?
Right.
No, you don't have to. You can be single, or you can accept that we had a past. And most men I know, we was out there slinging and ringing. I don't know what women do.
Your past is still current.
Well, see, that's the problem too, because at a certain point, you need to grow up. You can't just keep being out there slinging it all crazy. And I do.
Yeah, but you just said we need to accept it, basically.
Well, yeah, because we had a past. Because I might have been,
a hoe.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, like it is a hoe.
I'm sexy with muscles, and things have happened quite a few times.
Okay.
More than I care to count about. But I'm a good guy.
Okay.
But we won't want to hear. You wouldn't want to hear stories about your girl doing that. You don't.
I might have a. You talking about
so
a guy?
Again, there's that double standard.
It is a double standard. Like we should know that it's a double standard.
Where did the double standard stuff come from?
Well,
and that it has permission.
Old traditional values.
Absolutely, this is passed down. It's a way to keep women kind of to not give it out because they made it seem like women. It's not you. Just not what you do. You don't do that. And men are supposed to go out there and conquer. We're supposed to go out there and conquer.
That's right.
Kill, pillage, everything that moves.
They made you feel bad about doing that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
and it meant boys. We get credit. I mean, think about it. If you see the stories where a male kid has messed with a teacher, you're like, yo, he got a teacher. But let that be a man messing with a little girl, and it's totally different, right? Yeah, they're like, let's bring it, which they should. But it should be that way both ways. I do see the double standard where the boy, if my son came home and he was knocking down the teacher and she looked good, I'm like, yo, get some up here. And if my daughter, I'm blowing the whole school up. It's just the double standard. You know what I mean? That's just real. That's just double standard.
Mm-hmm.
It
sounds like a male perspective, because I know if my son came home and said he was banging down the teacher, I'm going to be banging down her door.
Thank you, Doc.
Yes. You're a hater.
Oh,
you're a hater. That's why.
I'm a drag a hoe.
Yes.
Y'all, look at all y'all haters.
We are. Look, it's going down.
Like, yo, he got Miss Johnson. Oh, he got Miss Johnson.
Look, it's going down Rich and Allen style.
Listen, don't mess up don't mess my son's game up.
That's right.
I get it. Hey, as long as the teacher going down, he don't care. You can take it down low. She went down.
He gonna stay home. I'm gonna keep his behind home. I'm taking a visit.
Guess what you're not gonna do? Keep him home, because once we get a taste at that age, say we 13, 14, 15,
climbing out the windows.
Oh, absolutely.
Digging a tunnel.
Absolutely. You didn't listen. I'm getting out of jail. I'm getting there. I don't listen. I don't
What
care how
poison
you
has
get
been
there.
taken? It's over.
Get there when you can.
Yes. You
Listen,
won't be
we are
able to
on
keep
the
him in
way.
the house.
That's, you know what? That's just gonna make
Oh,
me
we
look
won't?
on her ass a little bit longer because now I'm pissed because now I know what he was doing. Now I know where he was going. So now
Listen,
I'm gonna whoop
hey,
on her ass just a
my
little
little
bit longer.
13, my
I am the
13-year-old butt be right
transformation.
over there consoling her. I'm sorry, Miss Johnson. I don't know why my mom acting like this.
Yeah, okay. Yep. I'm
I
gonna
would
make
drag
her.
Miss Johnson.
I don't know about for you
Yeah.
guys, but I remember I had almost broke my foot and my ankle was swelled up this big. And I had a little girlfriend. I was about 14. I had a little girlfriend. I had to catch a bus, a train, and walk about maybe 6 blocks with an old cane to get to her house to get some. And I'll never remember.
You know
I'll
what
never
she
forget.
saw? A
Listen,
heifer.
No, she was good. It was cool. But for me, it was the first time I ever ejaculated, so I thought only she could make me do it. So I was in love. It was a drug. And I remember, I'll never forget, because I'm humping on her, doing my thing. I remember she was like this. And I was working, but I was like 13, 14. But just, it's the first time I ever actually ejaculated. It was like, I thought she had some magic nobody else had. And this was amazing. And I'm like, only she can do this to me because nobody else did this to me. Yeah, listen. Well, no, I don't touch myself. So this is the first time I did it, and she did it. So I was like, nobody else can do this. She's special. She got some magical power.
But
and I don't care.
With teenage boys, even the promise of it will make them walk through glass.
A whole storm.
Do you understand me?
Codes. They're gonna make
how many houses I done climbed to the third story window, risking death to get some for a good 5 minutes. I risked death for 5 minutes.
I had a boyfriend as a teenager who crossed through gang territory.
Look,
hey, cuz, I'm just gonna get some.
Mom with a teen, I'm so thankful for COVID.
Yeah.
Well, COVID or no COVID,
I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna let you know. Listen,
thanks.
Where there's a will, there's a way. I remember I had a girl hiding on the side of my bed till my mom came in the room. Hey, listen, you better check because we're gonna get it. Once we get a taste of it, it's like a drug.
Listen,
I understand it's like a drug, and I'm so thankful I don't have to deal with that as of right now.
It's addicting. Once you get that taste, you need that fix. You'll do anything for it.
It's just like when you get sugar.
Listen, but that's why men get in the habit of lying, cheating, and stealing for it because we need that drug, and we'll do anything to get it. Yeah, girl, I love you. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we're gonna be in a relationship. You'll say anything and do anything because you get stupid, and then some men just don't ever grow out of it.
And then chicks fall for that crack,
right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the other thing too. Women kind of silly.
You said that's the other thing too. What happened?
Chicks fall for everything.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, as the mom of a teenage boy, April, do you have those discussions with your sons about your son about the trappings of being a teenage boy?
The trapping or the grooming?
But
all the time.
Can she?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes,
men are still groomed.
I do.
Yes, she can.
No,
men are actually groomed.
Yes, they are. Yes, these chicks out here
all the time. They think that they got mad game and all they don't
y'all
even
ain't got no game. The chicks let y'all do that stuff. Come on.
Listen.
Again, as long as we're coming, we don't care what y'all doing. You understand? Our game is to bust.
I want to hear what April has to say for a second.
Listen, April's trying to talk. Listen, I answer her question.
Go ahead.
So he has a cell phone and he has this little girlfriend, and I'm just like, what she say? Let me see the text. And I'm gonna tell you from the beginning, if she's bullshitting, she playing around. Look, don't let her talk to you that way. Yes, I'm right there.
Thank you, April.
I'm right there.
So
I'm right there.
But I okay.
Go ahead. Speak your piece.
No, I don't know. I don't know.
I'm like, look, I will
think
tell you. I tell him, I let him know I can't speak to you from a man's point of view, but I can tell you from a girl's point of view because I've been a girl.
Yeah.
You know, I can tell you what we like, you know, or what I liked as a young girl from boys. You know, I've been there. I've been through that phase. So I can have that conversation with him and let him know, you know, what we liked or what we didn't like. And nothing really truly changes. You know, the technology changed, the way they, you know, interact, the language change, you know, but the emotions, what, you know, connects us is that remains the same. That remains the same.
I agree.
You know? So
I'm talking to boys. We ain't talking no connection. We ain't talking about what connection and what they like.
Okay, so
you're gonna tell them what you want. Tell them what they want to hear. Be what they want. Find out what they want. Be what they want until you get it.
And it's funny because we have real talk, and that's one of the things that he has said. He expressed to me was that, yeah, we just say what y'all want to hear. You know, he knows that at 14. You know, and so that's when I have the real talk. Like, okay, we know you're gonna say what we want to hear, but you're gonna do what we want you to do. You know. So,
but where's it happen at? Where's it happen? We just got it. I didn't do nothing they wanted to do.
Yes, you did.
I don't know what.
Yes, you did.
You did.
You don't realize it.
It's because you thought you had those ideas yourself.
Right.
They gave them to you.
Listen. I don't know what to talk about. Only idea I had was to seek and destroy. My mission was to get it. Okay? I don't know what you guys are talking about.
That's the very problem. That's the very problem because you guys have tunnel vision.
Absolutely.
You know, where we develop more strategy, you know, on the things
your strategy is giving it up because that's the only thing you have.
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing
strategy just to give it up. That's great.
That's the only thing you have. Stop. Y'all giving it up for less than whatever the value you thought it was. Stop it. It has happened.
Okay. All right.
I'm not you guys. I forgot. You guys are different. I keep.
No.
I got y'all. Not you guys. I'm talking about the rest of the women in the world. Not you 5, 4. You guys are different.
I love how
you guys haven't got no okey doke.
Right.
I get it.
No, but with teenage boys, you just have to. I don't know. I'm just straight to the point.
Right.
Like, is this what you like? What are you trying to do? If you're not trying to do nothing, that's great. But this is how it goes down. This is what you need to do. And if you're gonna take on that responsibility, this is gonna be required. Monthly doctor checks. I need to be the parents. The parents need to be in agreement with y'all doing, and both of y'all need to be protected on both sides. The grades ain't together. You ain't doing shit.
Right.
Yeah, Mom, I'm not dating anybody. I'm just gonna be by myself. I'm not telling you anything. I'm not telling you a dang thing if I gotta do all that to get it.
But the relationship I have with my teenage son is great because he comes to me about everything. You may not be friends, may not like me, but he respects what I'm telling him because he knows I'm not gonna steer him wrong. I'm gonna tell him what it is because I ain't with the bull from no girl, no nah. I know what's going on. I have every notification. I am the transportation. I'm in conversation with the other chick and the parents. Let's get it going. What's going on? What we doing? Thank you.
My mom was
I don't know about nobody else.
My mom was super cool. You know, she said if we want to drink or smoke, we can do it at the house. Bring people over whenever we want. We could do whatever. And I still didn't tell everything I was doing. Again,
I get it. Nothing wrong with it. That's how my dad
and you know what? Can I just add? We don't look for everything from our kids. We don't want them to tell us everything. We just want them to tell us the most important things, you know, and that's what I ask of my son, you know, to have that openness, to let him know that he can come to me about anything. I know he's not going to come to me for everything. I know my daughter's not going to share everything with me, but do know that if there's something that you really need me on, whether it's advice, support, or whatever, I am there. They know that. They know that.
And that to me is the most important thing.
Daryl, Daryl, what would you tell your daughter
Right.
at 13, 14 about her
not allowed out the house.
interactions with boys?
She's not allowed out the house.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
Yes,
God.
We're talking
it is.
about
said
double
what?
standards. She's not allowed out the house because I know a little
She's
me
not
out there
at
waiting
the
for her.
house? Why?
It's a little me out there waiting for her.
Oh,
It
Lord.
is.
Are you scared?
I'm terrified. I am terrified.
You are? Oh.
Yes.
How old is
'Cause I
she?
know
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
she's 8.
She's
You
8.
got
Oh,
time.
she'll be there
You
tomorrow.
got 5 years.
It's
No,
5
yeah, exactly.
years
If
Tomorrow,
that,
right?
if that.
Because time
if
goes
that.
by like this. So
Yes.
it's fine. I'm gonna start homeschooling her next year.
And I was going to say, and let me just tell you, at 8, they're already having those type of conversations.
They
Or
are.
she hasn't
I know.
already.
I know.
They are. I would be like, you asking Miss Mary, what? You in the 4th grade.
Right.
You be having those conversations.
Yes.
Mary, they do.
I mean, you know,
Okay,
little,
y'all all
you
around
know,
my desk too. All little boys.
yeah. And
All
you know,
around my
little
desk.
girls are getting their periods at 9 and 10 years old.
Yeah.
So you have to have those
Yeah, that's-
conversations.
Well, remember, with things like TikTok and these type of things, these kids are exposed to a lot more at a lot younger age. As
A
a whole,
lot faster.
you know,
A lot
and
faster.
yeah. So it's almost like commonplace to talk about. I know she's in 2nd grade. They were talking about so and so's a lesbian. I said, "Ooh, what's that?" Dad, you know what that is. I don't. What is it? Dad, she like girls. What do you mean she like girls? And like girls. Like girls? Oh, she like girls. Like they're having these conversations, which is bananas, but they have access to so many different things to see things. So for me, my thing is to kind of let her try to explain whatever things are to her. Like I said, for my daughter, I put her in sex therapy. So she knows what's what. And it's actually been one of the best things I've done because a couple of times things have happened. Like one little girl was showing her breast. And she wasn't doing it in malice, I don't think. She was just like, I got these things. Look, y'all, look.
Right.
Like she was just so excited. Yeah, she was really excited.
They toys.
What my daughter learned is anything's inappropriate, you tell them stop, no, and you come down and tell an adult. So she told her that and came down and told me.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, I told the girl's mom, like, she's up there showing her breast. I don't think it's done in malice, but around the wrong person, that could be a problem. That could be exploited.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I think it's great that she has the words and words and things to say because she knows from going to the therapy. So I think it was one of the best things I've done for her. But that's the type of things I do. Try to give her knowledge to so she's educated, and that's her weapon against these things.
Nice.
Good. Yeah, that's very good.
That's a good idea.
Naya, yeah.
So that when she's digging her tunnel out of the house.
Right. Because she done had a taste of the poison.
I said when she's digging her tunnel out of the house.
I got a chip in her and there's a GPS on my phone.
Really?
So when she's digging, I'm digging right behind her. Like, where we going? Back to your room. Yeah. No, like I said, I'm going. I already prepared myself. I'm gonna talk to her, and then I'm gonna let her make her mistakes and be here for her as best I can. Because that's all you really can do. They gotta live. They gotta live life. They gotta go through the things. They gotta go. And if you take that away from them, then the 20, 30 without these experiences, then they're really at a disadvantage. So I want her to go through life. She has to live. There's going to be some heartbreak. There's going to be some things. There's going to be some mistakes. But and hopefully talk to her and we'll just get through it the best way we can. That's all you really can do, to be honest.
Good Lord. So what would be, I guess, our closing remarks? Like, how would we wrap this up, and what would we want people to take away from this conversation on how you play in your relationships, and when do you decide if milk is enough, or you giving milk or too much milk? And I don't know, we done defined it so many different ways.
Right? I think it's individualized, and I say be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Be true to yourself, even with the double standards that are out there, and the things that might fall back on you, like maybe some name calling or things like that. You still got to be true to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
and do you, as the people say.
That's right.
Yeah, and be comfortable with that too.
And be comfortable. Be comfortable
Well, if
in
you
your
do,
skin.
you don't do it in your neighborhood, so everybody don't know who you are.
Exactly, girl.
Do you somewhere else. So don't come back to bite you.
No, because then you become community property.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
you only become community property if someone knows you in that community. So they don't know, then you just knew. You the new joint.
You fresh meat.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes, that's
Like,
so
if they don't know
true.
you, yeah, remember, if
That
you don't
is
know the
so
history,
true.
this
Okay,
like
Coco.
Oh my God, but that is so true.
Oh God. I couldn't resist.
Be true to yourself, but be honest with the person you dealing with. That's all I have to say about it.
Don't be honest if the number's too high.
About
Lie
what
about
you
your number.
want.
Your number's
There's
more
some
than
numbers
20.
that don't count.
Lie.
I used to know a guy
Lie.
who would say, "No man wants a woman whose scoreboard run up."
Ooh.
No, not at all. Just lie to me about that number, please.
So we just reset.
Yeah, because some stuff just don't
Listen,
count.
I'm good. I agree. That's when I ask you your number, just lock 10. Okay.
Right,
That's what I need
right.
to hear.
Exactly.
So just leave it there. Lie to me. That's the only time I feel it's okay to lie to me. Lie to me because my ego can't take it.
This is
Like
another
30?
conversation, but you shouldn't be. Honestly, I don't think we should be asking that particular question.
You're like, what's the purpose of that question?
Right.
Because if you're trying to decide
you want to see if she
open
got
I am,
highway miles or local street miles.
But it doesn't really matter because
really
it
don't.
doesn't take away from what you're getting from her. It doesn't matter.
Oh, it does. It does. Now, if you said something about sharing souls and things of that nature, if she got a whole heaven in her, there's a problem.
a whole heaven no.
I don't want a raptured coochie. Like, a raptured in their coochie. I'm good.
Oh my goodness. We need to wrap this up. He said a whole heaven.
And
Yeah,
a
man.
rapture
I'm like,
coochie.
whoa. Yeah, I'm good on that. Like, I don't want to, that's a lot of souls to think about. There's a lot of people in there. So that
Daryl, what's your closing check?
Lie to me about your number. Take 15.
Lie to you said about the number?
That's the only time I feel it's okay to lie to me. Lie to me about your number. I don't want to. Don't be honest and tell me your real number because that's gonna mess with me for a lot. You know what I mean? I'm like, God, 30. God, 30. If she says 30, that must means it's 60 because they lied down. Women lied down. So now she's at 65. I'm like, I can't believe she's with 70 people. This joint had 85. It's gonna keep going up in my head, and it's gonna be a problem. So if you say 10, I'll top out like 25, 30. Okay, I can deal with that. But if you say more than that, that's gonna be. I'm like, well, how you meet all these guys? What was you doing? What kind of person is you? It's just I can't deal with that. I don't want to know. I don't.
Don't
Daryl,
ask.
you done lit
Don't
up the
ask
comments with the
if you
whole
can't handle
heaven.
the answer. I'm sorry.
And the rapture coochie, he didn't lit up the whole chat room with that.
Oh, Lordy.
The whole heaven.
Yeah, rapture coochie is only for the night. That ain't to keep.
I mean, and what other relationship show? Yes, you missed it, Camp. What other relationship conversations do you have that they're talking about a whole heaven inside of somebody and rapture coochie?
I was thinking if you can give away your milk according to your milk goals, whatever that is. Don't let nobody judge you or tell you any different. Live your life the way you want to.
Yes.
I just agree with what Doc said. Yeah, what Doc said was really important. I think you have to be honest with yourself, and whatever your order is, whatever you're willing to do, you need to do it and not be forced to do something you want to do or whatever the case may be. So going to something and saying, this is all I want to do. I think that's what you should do. You be very honest with yourself, and you could be honest with the other person. Like, look, this is all I want to do because I want to know that's all you want to do, so I can leave. I want somebody to do everything. So
man has a problem.
Yes.
What? Like you don't want? Wait a minute. You don't want rapture coochie, but you don't want somebody rationing it out either.
Right.
No, right.
No,
I
I don't. So no, I want to be
Ain't
able to
rapture
rabbit
on
the
the other
coochie.
side of the blessing?
Right.
Listen, I'm saying, for me, I should be able to get all access. I got all access pass, but I don't want to know that everybody had all access pass. It's not fun. That's not good. I want to be Christopher Columbus. I want to find something to smile all the time. But I want
You don't want to be him.
So you want to
Right.
No, listen, I said I want to find something that someone else has already found. So
That's what you want.
But not too many someone else's. So I'm okay with 10 someone else's. I'll be Christopher Columbus number 11, but I can't be 81. That's not gonna work for me.
Wow. What if you was 150? What would
I'm
you
like,
do?
I'm gonna take my flag out of this. I'm gonna hit it.
It
I'm gonna hit it. Don't get me wrong.
What if your flag already took a dip?
I'm just not gonna keep it.
It don't matter.
What if your flag already took a dip and that poison was kind of nice?
I'm gonna hit it. I told you I'm gonna hit it. I'm just not gonna keep it.
That's what I said. See?
Yeah, hit it. Don't get me
did
wrong. I'm going to that's gonna happen. I'm gonna get my drugs. I'm gonna get my fix.
And he gonna be number 251.
That's right. I will be. I'm like, it's good. These waters are nice and warm, but I'm not keep it. Well, I hope I don't keep it. I'm gonna try not to keep it. But you never know. Sometimes you might end up keeping it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Sometimes that's what happens to them. You fall in love. Like, I know I'm 99, but whoo.
Yes.
Nat, I don't even know how long you've been here. You hitting us with the wow. Like, yo, you gotta definitely catch the replay because Daryl has been out of pocket with the rapture coochie and a whole heaven inside. And
it started with the big ball. It started with the big ball, Mary. You started with the big ball. That's what started this all off track. You brought this big ball that everybody bought and sold out on Amazon right now.
I need to get a part of that ball being sold out.
Yeah, you do.
Because you was talking about dropping balls off and like just showing up like that. And so we had to find a ball that would be sufficient that you could drop off for in-person event.
How much that ball cost, April?
I have no idea.
It's our screen right now.
Girl, you have two at home, don't you?
Huh?
Don't you have two at home?
Yeah, but I ain't got big balls like that vibrate. Mine don't vibrate by themselves. I get tired. I only go so long for the vibrating. That's all I got.
So Daryl, a question is, what makes you keep the milk if you get it early on? If you get the milk early on?
That's a good question.
So, no, that's a terrible question because my thing is that I don't judge a relationship off getting or not getting the milk, right? That's to me, that's not a focal point of mine because as a younger, that's all we were going for. And once we got it, that was it. That was our goal, to get milk. So for me to be in a fulfilling relationship, that's not going to make or break it. Well, if you don't give it to me, it's going to break it. But if you give it to me, it's not going to break it. So what I'm saying is that doesn't define if my relationship is going to go on with you or not. It's how we interact after that. You know what I mean? How we interact after I get it. Yeah, after I get it, I got my goal, and now I'm gonna see if you're cool, and we hang out, and that's when I can see who you are for really. Before that, I'm just so focused on I'm starving. It's a steak here. I need to eat, so I'm just thinking about eating. Once I eat, then I can say, I can now decide what I want to do with you.
Wow.
So all you doing is poking.
Am I doing what?
Nothing.
You poking? She said you poking coochie.
Yes. Why not? That's why I have a poker to poke coochie.
Yes, Jada, you gotta watch the earlier role play. Replay. We was kind of on task, and then I don't know what happened.
You brought up the ball. That's what happened.
That's what happened.
Why y'all blaming on me in the ball?
Because you brought it up, the big ball that vibrates.
You come in with the big mic.
I come with the big mic, but But we got used to Big Mike. You was like, hey, can we get a sidebar, Doc? Is it okay if I go left for a minute? Sure. Okay. I got this big extra ball vibrate. Don't know what we're talking about. And then April got flushed. Her camera went off. Doc got real quiet, and everybody started being on the computer typing. Everybody. I was talking to myself for like 5 minutes. Watch the show. Watch the show. I was talking to myself for about 5 minutes. They was like, I'm like, yeah, yo, how y'all doing? They was like,
I was listening to you as usual.
Yeah,
he had one listener.
Yeah. That's all I saw. I seen this. I mean, y'all paying attention? Ain't nobody paying attention.
I was paying attention.
What you say?
I wasn't paying what you said.
So somebody said, then why is the milk required to continue to interact?
Exactly. Good question.
Because we have to practice like we play. I'm not going. You can't just shut it down. I can't go back to starving. Listen, you can shut it down if you want, and once I start starving, then I have to go somewhere else and get it. That means I can't.
So you practice going half on the babies.
Huh? You don't have to go nowhere else.
I said you practice going half on the babies. That's all.
I just no. I'm just saying. So
what was that?
What happened?
Catch it on the replay.
Oh gosh.
So I think again, men and women we're put here to have sex with each other. That's a big thing we're supposed to do, right? We have these attractions. So I'm attracted to you.
That's the big thing
take you down.
Here to do?
Huh? That's something we're put here to do?
That's what you said. That's
to go out and make babies. That's what he said. Go make babies. Go use babies.
I don't remember that in my Bible.
He didn't say go forth and procreate.
Let me cut you off. Go ahead. That could be a conversation for another day. Go ahead.
So I'm saying I think that we're at the end of the day we're basically animals, high functioning animals. So we have these wants, needs, and things of that nature. So if I find myself attracted to someone, I think you probably want to take it further. That's cheapest form of entertainment is sex, right? One of the cheapest forms of entertainment. But if it start doing it and you stop, that's weird, right? That's gonna feel weird to me. So once you start doing it, it's difficult to stop because that changes everything. I don't know how that could be okay. But again, it's not. I don't think that makes the relationship better or worse. I mean, as long as you give it up is a problem. But I think that the relationship. I just really, truly, I feel like after sex happens, you can really see if you want to be with that person or not. I just feel that way.
Okay.
I just feel that way. I don't know. What you laughing at, Mary? What are you smiling about over there, Mary?
Never mind.
No, never mind. Talk. I want to know.
It's nothing, Daryl.
Uh-oh. Look at this. See this? Mary. Look at it. She hold it. Can't believe it.
So I would just say to make sure you know who you are and know what it is that how you define you, to know what it is that you want. See, somebody else was smiling with me. They were smiling. See?
What you smiling for then? Write a whole paragraph while you smiling.
I would just say, know what it is that you want before you're asking somebody else to show up on how they want or what it is that you want from that connection with that person. Because when you don't know exactly how you want to represent yourself, then that makes everything blurry. And then anything that comes up in between, you might have poured out a couple gallons of milk already and okay, well, what's actually happening? So know yourself and don't live in a filter, and you be better decision making in regards to how it is that you move forward.
Great closing. I love that.
Yes.
I try. Messing with Daryl, you could be.
Don't be stingy with the cookie.
Y'all still ain't come back to me and say y'all listen to Jill Scott's Wild Cookie.
I haven't heard it yet. I'm gonna listen to it. I gotta listen. I forgot. I'm gonna listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
April.
Somebody said we need a part 2.
Okay, April and Camp. Did you say your closing?
I don't think I can say it any better than. I'm sorry.
She said she said
No, I
her.
was just saying that.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that I can't say it any better than Doc and Mary has said it already, or anybody else has said it. But, you know, it's your milk.
Daryl.
He's an exception.
Yeah, she just left me. I was going to say something, but I was like, I don't want to get muted. I don't want to get muted, so I was like, let me stop. I get muted around here.
Just add, you know, oh Lord. Just, you know, again, you know,
because I talked.
Shut up.
You like to over talk everybody.
I get shut ups. I get cut off. I'm sorry, April. Go ahead.
I just put you on mute.
Go ahead with your little pound cake.
So
go ahead.
It's your milk. You know, if you want little cookies, never mind. Never
Go
mind.
ahead, April.
It's good. It's good.
I put him on mute. Go ahead.
My thing is, if it's your milk, so if you want to add a little bit of cookies to your milk, add cookies. If not, you know, it's your milk. I can't say it any better than what's already been said. You know, I agree. And concur with everything that everybody else has said. Is your milk. So, and you have the choice, you have the liberty, the freedom to do whatever you want. You want to share it, you want to give it up early, you want to save it, it's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no shame for how you decide to engage in that journey, because you might just have a roller coaster moment that you just want to add some situations to your life. And then you're like, okay, I got that over with. All right. Now I'm back.
Exactly. Exactly.
But like, and I just want to keep echoing. If you have to be in control of your milk, don't let people talk you out of it, talk you into it. Then you feel bad about it afterwards. If you're feeling bad about it afterwards, I know I shouldn't do that. That's a problem. So definitely know the value you have on whatever you're doing, and don't get tricked into things.
Right.
You don't want that to happen. And I think that happens a lot on the woman's side. Men are just keep saying things, they get it, and then women didn't really want to do it. Kind of just situational.
Just don't let your milk go sour.
That's why you got a Kegel. That's why you got a Kegel.
Part 2.
So, I mean, like, okay, so they said we need a part 2. They said, so is that the title? So I'm like, okay, part 2. What do you want us to chat about in a part 2 version? Like, drop that in the comments, because as you know, we will take things all types of different directions. But what is it that you said? Sour milk, Daryl? April said, don't let your milk go sour.
April said, don't let your milk go sour.
Yeah, that means don't hold on for it forever, because at a certain point,
your walls don't work.
Ew, start curdling and everything.
That's horrible.
There's some milk to walk away from. I'm telling you. Like, ooh, this ain't gonna work.
See, so they say yes, keeping the milk from going sour.
Yes, know your pH balance, please.
Oh goodness.
You know what?
And alkaline water. That's real.
Let you know. I'll let you know. Yeah, your pH off, girl. It's off. I'm out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
So what does that mean in English for people who don't know what pH water is? Just say it. Say it with your chest. You frozen now?
Yeah, he is frozen.
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he stood there. Did you really? Did you really?
I don't know how long y'all talking. Talk about me. I was going like, I got you. I heard you. You're talking about me.
Oh, so that's what we doing now? We acting like we frozen?
Good one, Daryl.
Yeah.
That was.
You know what I mean? Men, we know about trichomonas and all these things. We want to make sure everything is good. And if we find anything off, well, most of us is out. I'm out. Something ain't right.
Kim, is that what you meant with the pH being off? Or did you mean something else?
No, I meant exactly what Daryl meant.
You know what? That's 3 times tonight. You cut off.
No, I meant what he meant. Like, you should know.
What did you mean, Mary? Is there another one? Something else?
No, it's not. I'm gonna let y'all live.
What? We want to learn.
Maybe that has a lot to do with hormones.
No, because I might be totally wrong. So, I'm going to just let it live.
Educate. I come here to get educated.
They said put pH on the agenda for not going sour.
Funkadelic.
We could take that.
Make sure everything's right down there. We want it right and
We
Brazilian.
right and tight, and
we want it bald.
It's smelling right. Yeah,
that's a whole nother conversation.
See, that's the word. It's smelling right. I was like, is it gonna smell right?
Smell right, balance, the whole 9 across the board.
Healthy hygiene.
Bald.
That could be our next topic. Healthy
that's a whole nother conversation, Daryl.
Yes, I don't want. I mean, I love our people, but I don't want no strong
and when your hormones
afro down there. I don't want no afro.
No afro. It's time to take this to the
I don't want to fight the. I don't want to fight the power coochie.
Right.
No fight the power coochie.
Okay, so we got rapture coochie and don't want to fight the power coochie.
We don't want to fight the power coochie. Okay.
All right, so thank you all for joining us on a Friday night as usual on this lovely sips in chat. April, how full is your cup right now? Oh, that sound empty. That sound real empty over there.
I don't know.
Is your jug empty, Daryl?
Huh?
Your jug is empty?
I was thinking about April's cake.
Oh.
Don't be thinking about my cake.
See some cake.
and then Campton refilled her cup. Doc, how you living in your thermos?
Camp over there drinking elderberry juice.
Yeah, I saw you. I saw you over there. I still got a little something.
Right now, this is cherry Dr. Pepper.
Okay.
Oh you and your Dr. Pepper. All right. So if it sounds like we know what we're talking about for next week, which is good because then that means we won't be in the green room for like a million hours this evening.
We will be because we don't know what we're talking about.
And we will catch you all next Friday at 8:00, or you could catch us in the group Relationship Flow if you are a member. The lovely conversations that have been driven from multiple people in the group. So on the flip side, until then, be safe and stay well. Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Good night. Have a good weekend.
And if you are not a part of Relationship Flow, join us.
Yes. I meant to say that. Thank you, Doc. It's fun over there.
Yes,
All right,
it
good
is.
night.